Hi, welcome again to another edition of Market Analysis for today, March 6, 2024. I'm Giovanni Betancourt, analyst, trader, and educator with Vantage Markets. After completing a spectacular run of weekly gains, stocks have now fallen 2 days in a row. By itself, that's no reason to panic, but you can feel the nagging fear starting to creep into investors' minds about the coming months. All three of the major stock indexes have touched records in the past few weeks. On Tuesday, both gold and Bitcoin joined in, but blink and you will have missed it as they both retreated quickly after reaching the all-time highs. Without any obvious catalysts, technology stocks had a bad session. Nvidia was the only one of the Magnificent Seven that was able to eke out a gain. On a day when Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell speaks before Congress, there's plenty of caution to accompany any new enthusiasm that will push prices even higher. Maybe markets have moved too high, too fast. Whispers of the words froth and bubble are getting a bit louder. Tech giant Apple is looking particularly dour amid reports of weak iPhone sales in China and speculation that Warren Buffett may be selling off more of his stake. Maybe the Fed's recent messaging is starting to hit home. The central bank has never promised as many rate cuts as the market has expected. Now, some people are starting to wonder if the Fed won't cut rates at all this year. Atlanta Fed President Raphael Bostic's remarks on Monday gave investors plenty to think about. He speculated that there could be a long pause after any first rate cut. He's worried that the economy and inflation are still too hot and noted a pent-up exuberance that will require higher rates to keep in check. None of this means markets can't keep rising, but as always, there will be bumps in the road. Now, one of those bumps is going to come Friday with the NFP numbers. Consensus is for 198,000 new jobs. Today, the ADP numbers were very, very positive. All sectors of employment added thousands of new jobs. That gives more pressure on the Fed to cut rates. So let's see what will happen at the end of the week. But for now, let's see what we can speculate in the markets. In front of us, we have the Nasdaq market. We see how it's been trading lower since Monday. Now, we can speculate that if this momentum or this correction or this pullback will have any wind, can we speculate for it to come up to 18,200 as a psychological round number, and from here again turn around and just push lower, or at the open will the market just continue to push lower? Those are your two, or will the market just stand here and just idle around this number, pivot around this number? Those are your three options. For the S&P 500, well, it is trading above the moving average. The same token, we have had 2 days in a row, obviously trading lower. I have my support at 5060, actually 5060, that way it is 5060. Resistance at 5156. Let's see what will happen. The Dow is the one that has shown more of a downward trend. Let's see if the Dow, it did open with a small gap down. It has been closed. Let's see if it'll come up to that psychological 38,800 number, and from here continue its previous movement, which is downward. Then we have crude oil that is nicely recovering after having the first 2 days of the week in the red. Let's see if it does the trick to come back up to 80 and somewhere above. I have my resistance at 80.50. RSI is pretty far away from being overbought, so being bullish, buying crude oil. Nat Gas is steadily making higher highs and higher lows, creating obviously an uptrend. It is said that we have consecutively higher highs and higher lows, at least two. We are entering an uptrend. So will that uptrend find any resistance at this $2 psychological number? We'll be seeing that very soon. Gold, parabolic movement after parabolic movement, and then it is dying out. Well, let's see if 2140 will be that level for it to come into it. 2150 is where I have my resistance. We are completely in the overbought territory, so a deeper correction can also be expected, 2-3% of that from that high. Let's see if that's the case. Silver making yesterday a nice jump to the upside, 24.21, but it quickly retreated and closed in the red. Today it opened with a small gap down. It has been closed. Let's see if the value of 2380 is where we are also gonna come in and rebound if it comes back up to it. RSI is for away from being overbought. Copper is creating a covenant of congestion, right? It will be consolidating. This is perfectly a setup for breakout, the consensus or favoring breakout to the upside. Let's see if that happens. Then we have Bitcoin. Bitcoin moves in the thousands, so 70,000 is gonna be that resistance, that target for today. Let's see if it reaches it. 60,000 is my support for it. The currency is 109. The resistance for the euro, 108. The support. The pound, 127 and change is the resistance, 126 and change is the support. Because the dollar index seems to be breaking to the downside. So let's see if it reaches 103.200 today. If that's the case, we'll see a nice bump to the upside on the currencies and the metals. That's it for me today. Have a great trading day, and I'll see you tomorrow.